One series, we got a good play on the special teams, and one series turned into one throw. So it worked out well for us, but it was good to see the other guys get in and get some plays.
The Kansas City Royals.
Vinny Pasquantino, who is 0 for 3 with 2 of the hardest hit balls of the day. He's been one of the best in the game in the 7th inning or later. And he hits it well to right field toward that short porch and just over the wall. And Vinny Pasquantino comes through for the Royals again in the later innings.
He got a 20th home run of the season. More importantly, gives the Royals the lead. A big swing here.
Adam Frazier rejoined the Royals after spending all of last season with them as primarily a utility player. Yastrzemski's at third. He was a leadoff walk. Perez is at first. He was a walk. And now Frazier lines it into right field. That'll drive in Yastrzemski, and Perez goes first to third. That's a big hit for the Royals.
Yeah, an 0-2 slider. This one just kind of spun and stayed in the same spot. Frazier, nice job of 2-strike hitting, hitting this ball into the corner where it was hit once again.
Someone feels like they have to do something more. That's well hit, right center. Yastrzemski turns at the wall, and it's gone. And Luke Keeschel continues to be an impact bat for the Minnesota Twins since coming back from the injured list, and has a walk-off hit in an 11-inning game.
I mean, what a start to your big league career. Absolutely incredible. Luke Keeschel, what an impact. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's a tough loss, no question, but it's one loss. So we're going to have an opportunity to come out tomorrow and play, get a chance to win tomorrow's game. Sure, you know, that's very emotional to lose on a walk-off right there, especially after the double play right before that. But like you said, we had chances. They had chances yesterday. We wiggled out of it. We had chances today. They wiggled out of it. We hit some balls right on the screws, right at people. And sometimes there's nothing you can do about that.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's still not Stephen St. John. Todd Leabo here again. 7 straight of these shows for me doing this. I love every second of it. It maybe should be more than 7. Is that right? That's 7. He left on that Friday.
No, 7.
7.
7.
7 he left on that Friday.
I've been counting.
We've been counting down the days.
Jake's been putting notches on the wall.
And that's Nate Bukaty.
In my belt.
This is my first in a row.
First in a row. You were held hostage in Florida
have one.
doing
Street got to start somewhere.
75 soccer games.
I was. I was in the soccer factory.
I'll tell you what, I had contact with Stephen St. John last night. He called me. He was not home yet, but he called me to say, now remember, I'm not coming in tomorrow. I said, yeah, I know. We got this. I said, Nate's coming in for all 4 hours. He says, what? I said, yeah, well, he's back. And I said, he's still coming in tomorrow morning because Stephen's going to be probably half ragged tomorrow.
Yeah. I've been keeping up with his travails on
on all the social media platforms.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Some handsome beach photos.
Wrong.
Not handsome?
No.
There's something.
Horrific. Frightening.
They did kind of like freak me out.
It's too much.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
There's nothing good about that. I had to mute. I'm like, no, mute this.
So
I sent him a text right away. Said,
stop this.
Dude, stop. Get home. Time to go back to work.
That was Thursday or Wednesday last week. It got late on him. It got late early on him. So he said he feels okay, but his body may break down when he gets home because he did go-karting.
Oh boy.
He jumped for a photo on the beach and he went out near the riptides. I don't know. I think his burns will be okay because his hair on his body covers most of that, protects him. But I did not like the picture of him in a go-kart with his tender back.
Well, there's the one of him jumping. He's up in the air.
He's up there. Unless the whole thing's Photoshop.
Well, it could be AI.
It could be AI. I don't know. But they had gone to Memphis on the way home, and they got their little fill of Elvis. And so he was driving back. He said, we're not going to get back till... I said, I know. We're planning on you not being. I kept joking with him the whole time. You'll be back on that Monday, right? You'll be back on that Monday, right? And he's like, no. I said, we're all good, buddy. Don't worry about it. We're all good. But it sounded like the car was peaceful.
Here we are.
So that's good.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Family road trip.
Could have fallen apart several hours. That's when it falls apart, right? Right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost home.
On the way home usually is when everybody's had enough of each other.
You. I'm sick of you.
Yep.
But it all sounded good. So Stephen will be back tomorrow. And Nate Bukaty, who's here now, he'll be back tomorrow for a while as well. Chiefs are back now. They are back in camp. And the Royals are back just treading water, right where they've been. It's not been – I guess when we looked at this three-city road trip, we're like, this is a three-city road trip, two really good teams. I was hopeful that they could do better than 500, especially after they were 500 in the first 6 games against the two best teams they played. But they ended up coming home 4-5 on this nine-game, three-city road trip, which isn't bad, but it's not what they kind of wanted. But now that really puts the importance on this 9-game homestand they have against some lesser teams. But that was a typical tough one yesterday for the Royals.
It's what were they, 1 for 14 with runners in scoring position?
That's been the case most of the time.
Yeah,
yes.
I think they were 1 for 1, and then they went 0 for 14.
Yeah.
After that.
Oops.
So it is the road trip feels like just who the Royals have been all year, and the game was kind of a microcosm of that too. They haven't been able to put it together. I don't know what the longest winning streak of the year is, but you keep thinking if they're really going to get into the playoffs, they have to have a stretch. If they don't win like 7 or 8 in a row, they got to win like 8 out of 10. They got to go on a stretch where they really get hot. And I just don't remember.
They don't do that.
They don't really do that, and they don't usually go on a stretch where they're really cold either. I mean, or really bad in terms of losing a bunch of games in a row. It's funny, my dad's sometimes my dad can be a cranky guy, and he's the Royals are just terrible. I'm like, no, they're not. They're not terrible. They're also not like real good. They're
sitting right around 500. That's what they are.
They're all right.
They had a 7-game winning streak early in the year. That was back in May. That was when they beat the White Sox. They swept them, who are coming in here, and they had a win against Boston in there too, in Baltimore. But so since then, this is a 4-game losing streak. Let's see if they've even won 3 in a row since then. They did win 4 in a row in June. And
3 in a row in July.
4
to
in
August.
a row in July. So, yeah, they haven't done anything. I mean, I remember like maybe 3 weeks ago, Jake, is this right? We came in, I think the Royals had played 100 games. And we came in, we did a little bit of math. To get to 86 wins, they were going to have to go like 14 games over 500. We're like, how are they going to go? They just don't do that. Mm-hmm. And since then, what they've done is go like a game under 500 or something. So they're just not, they're not super streaky. So, since that 4-game win streak, they haven't done anything besides win 2 or lose 2 in a row. No, they got a 3 in there. They got 3. But now is the time. Washington, Chicago, Texas, all at home, and see what they do. But yesterday was a tough one. Like always, as you mentioned, they just didn't score enough. Got a lot of hits, got a lot of base runners. Of course, they had a guy picked off second base.
That's been a common theme all year.
Unbelievable.
It hasn't really changed.
It has not changed. And Vinny got a big hit at the end. Listen, Bobby Witt was off yesterday. Off. A lot of people on social media is like, well, all these pinch hit chances. He was clearly off yesterday. So
he's got back issue.
He's got a little sore or whatever.
You can't mess with the bad back.
They weren't going to mess with that. Hopefully, he'll be in the lineup tonight. We'll see. But that's what a whole day off is.
Right.
Hope it's not broken.
Right.
That would be something.
You hope it's not spinal.
It probably is spinal if it's back.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
But even still, they had chances to do things, and they didn't get them done. And, of course, the pitching was good enough. Bergert's been very good twice, and the rest of the pen was great yesterday. And he comes up in the end, and Esteves gives up a home run. Nervous. I don't know if the Drake texted Steven yesterday, but he did text me. I think we're done texting Steven.
Yeah, I think
we got him mad.
I think Drake stopped texting him.
Hopefully. And he's on vacation, so we didn't want to bother him. But that was, they were fortunate enough that they got an out at third base and, all that stuff. That was going to be hard. It's hard to win extra inning games on the road because the second team gets their chance. And, the thing went more than one extra inning, but you just can't be expected to keep getting people out when they get to start with a guy at second base. So that's a tough one. Now they got to come back home, and they're playing a bunch of these games here at home. I don't know if people are fired up or not fired up. There's going to be people out there. I mean, that pretty dreadful yesterday in Minnesota. That organization gave up on the team. They traded everyone. The team hasn't given up on themselves because they've been playing very hard since they traded everyone away. But what did it look like? 8,000 people there yesterday, maybe? Something like that?
Well, this is a tough time of year because school's back in.
Yeah.
And also the NFL comes in and sucks all the oxygen out of the room.
All of it.
I mean, it just does.
I'm very curious tonight. The Royals are in a race. They didn't quit. They signed Seth Lugo. They made trades. They're coming home. And like I said, it wasn't a terrible road trip. But I expect to be very light out there tonight for the Royals.
I'm going to have to get to a game. I'm just looking at the calendar right now.
Tonight's tonight, buddy.
Well, I don't know what the weather's going to be like
on
gonna be
Wednesday.
Bad.
Maybe Wednesday may be better.
But that is my son's last day of freedom before kindergarten starts.
Ah, yeah.
So my wife and I have been talking about doing something fun that day. And
Wednesday should be all right.
And so
like 20% chance of rain.
Take Andy to his first baseball game.
He hasn't been to a baseball game yet?
I don't think we've taken him yet.
Ever in his life?
I don't think so.
Dude.
I haven't been to a Royals game, and I don't think I went to one all last year.
Well, you work.
And it's not by choice. It's not like I'm not going to a game.
You're boycotting the Royals?
Why?
Why? I'm not boycotting the Royals. I want to go to a Royals game. So we went to a playoff game last year. My wife and I went to a playoff game.
You only go to the big ones.
Right, exactly. It's not a playoff. Wake me up when the playoffs start. I did go. I've seen the Royals play at Yankee Stadium this year.
There you go. That's
so I was there, but I haven't been to a game at the K, so I need to. And it's way overdue for my son
because school is starting.
He played t-ball this year.
This week for many. I think a couple school districts actually start today. I know many in Kansas will start like Wednesday or something. Most of them in Missouri start the next week. So it's that time. It's going to be first day of school for a lot of people over the next week or so.
Yeah. And you know what it is last day for me?
Last day of
paying for daycare.
Bam.
I can actually afford baseball tickets now.
That
is a cause for celebration, my friend. That's a house payment back into your bank account.
No before or after either though, because you got these kids at home. Can help, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. And Ben's got a restricted license now, so he can drive himself to school. He can drive his siblings. I think
he should stay on the bus though.
You think so?
Yeah, that's where you learn everything.
You learn a lot on the bus. You learn a lot on the bus. Yeah.
It is.
So I don't think
he's a junior.
He's a sophomore. He's starting sophomore year.
You can get the licenses early in Kansas. That's right.
He's 15.
Yeah.
So he can have the full license when he's. We did the Johnny Rollins school.
I'll tell you, I'll teach any kid how to drive. I'm a very cautious.
I bet
safe
you
driver.
are a good driving instructor. But I think to your point, probably not going to be great crowds. Just because this is it's back to school week.
It's the dog days, man. And
unless the team is really, really rolling, it's hard. It's got to be hard in baseball, this time of year.
Well, isn't this the time of year that Ned Yost kind of called the crowd out?
He did.
When Alex Gordon had that game-winning
walk-off.
home
I was
run.
out there. It was a Tuesday night, and he had a walk-off. They were like, I don't know, 9,000, 10,000. They probably they announced 13, I think.
The beginning of August, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was August, and they won that game, and that was 14. And then by the end, it was much better because then I think they went away and they won some games and they came back and it was really going. But then it also had been, I think back to this time too. In 2014, it had been 29 years or whatever since the Royals had been in the playoffs. But remember, there had also not been a Super Bowl parade, Mm-hmm. So there was a real fever for something. And you're right, the Chiefs now, even back then the NFL was such a big deal, but now the Chiefs are such a bigger deal than they were in August of 2014. You know what I mean? That people, and we will talk about the preseason game that they played against the Cardinals here throughout the show, but preseason football games garner much more attention than a regular season baseball game. Even when you're fighting for the playoffs a lot of times, especially around here, that's just the way it goes. And that Ned, when he did that, it was just kind of like he called the fans out. He basically did. But you got to get out here and support this team, and it's hard to sit there and tell someone you got to go out and support some team. You know, you got 9 chances to go watch them here on this homestand.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to go 9 times, are you going to go once or twice? Are you going to go on a Monday night when your kids started school today or whatever? I don't know. Are you going to go Monday night when it may rain? I don't know. So it's a weird spot that baseball's in with that. And the other spot that baseball puts themselves into, raise your hand if you had at least 1 second where you couldn't figure out where the game was yesterday on television.
Oh, that was my journey. For sure.
And some people are like, okay, I get this. Yeah, I know that there's like a game on every Sunday on Roku. There's just always a game on.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't watch other games, generally speaking. And there has been one game this year, but there's always a game on Apple on Fridays.
Mm-hmm. Some
game somewhere. So I knew this was coming yesterday in my life. We've talked for a couple of years about how my dad navigates through life trying to watch the Royals games as an 84-year-old guy trying to figure out the television. Yeah. And he got up from church yesterday, and he called me, and my brother and sister-in-law happened to be over there. They were cleaning some stuff up, and had 2 of them on the phone. And he's got a Roku, and I couldn't get them through on it. But then they were going to the basement to clean stuff up anyways. It was okay. But still, they just make it hard. They just make it hard to try to figure this out. And the Royals they're not the chosen team to be on this stuff very often. People in New York, there's, I think, 15 Yankees games on Amazon Prime, I think, a year. And listen, we think, they're sophisticated New Yorkers. It's the same thing. You're 80 years old in New York. You don't know how to work that stuff. And that's the people who want to watch baseball games. You've got to find a Roku.
80-year-olds.
I mean, seriously, that's who loves the baseball, that's their thing. Every single day they want to watch it. And they just make this hard for people.
Yeah, but I don't know what the right answer is to it because it's nobody in the sports industry really knows the right approach to seeing people. Like, so, soccer alarm, the Major League Soccer's put all their stuff behind a paywall, right? Mm-hmm. You got to pay money to have not just Apple Plus, but you got to have the MLS Pass to watch all the games. They put a few games in front of the paywall, but most of them are behind it. On the flip side, you got the NWSL, KC Current, and they're on everything. You like when the KC Current play, if you want to watch them, you got to look up, okay, are they on Amazon Prime this time? Or are they on ESPN? They got to deal with ESPN.
It could be on it's
the local
CW
deal?
or whatever they're on, or one of those.
But NWSL has to deal with ESPN,
network
CBS, Amazon Prime. So the games are everywhere, and you got to look them up. And there's a debate like which one's better. Like exactly where you go get the sporting games. They're always at the same place, but you got to pay this extra money for it.
Right.
Or is it better to have the awareness of being sprinkled all over the place? I don't know. I know this much.
And the Royals really aren't sprinkled. They have like 150-some games on FanDuel.
My journey yesterday
there's a few on the others.
I was at home before going to my nephew's graduation thing, and I was like, I need to get the Royals game on. So I opened up my FanDuel thing, and there was a replay of yesterday's game, or the day before's game on. It's like, they're not on FanDuel today? Where are they? And then I looked up, quick Google search or whatever, and it says it's on Roku. And we have a TV in like one of those like smart TV, like a Samsung TV.
It's got it internally,
you can either watch your apps on the Samsung, or and we have a Roku plugged into it. But I couldn't find the Roku remote. I gave it about 3 minutes of looking for it, and then I was on to something else. Like in today's world, it's just so easy to move on to the next thing. To have to search, you got to really want to watch to search out where you're going to get it.
It's not easy, and there were a lot of people complaining about that yesterday, but there is no – I mean, when you have 162 games, and like I said, almost all of them are on FanDuel. However you get that. If you pay for the app like I do, or if it's part of your satellite cable subscription, then you know where it is almost every time.
Yeah.
Until it's not. And then
you
it's
gotta
not.
go do the Google search.
Listen, we're going to go through this. The Chiefs' first game, they're playing in Brazil on that Friday night, and luckily for the Chiefs, if you're in Kansas City, you're going to have the game because it'll be locals get to do that. But the thing's on like actual just YouTube.
Yeah, I saw the commercials
anywhere
for it. Yeah.
in the world,
Not
you
YouTube
can-
TV,
no,
but
just
YouTube.
YouTube, like the place where you watch the funny vids.
Yeah.
Where it used to be Charlie Bit My Finger, but now it's turned into. I mean, you can watch
Charlie.
anything. I watch a
That
lot
really
of YouTube
hurt,
videos,
Charlie.
but that's where like your kids probably watch YouTube videos all the time.
That's all my 5-year-old wants to watch.
Yeah, you watch YouTube
We've
videos.
banned it. We've banned it in the house
Good for
because
you.
it's just.
Sitting there watching,
God-awful
other kids
brain rot.
unwrap presents.
I can't believe it.
I
It's
use
the
YouTube
wildest
more than
stuff.
anything else that I use.
Yeah,
Period.
I love watching things on there because I'll watch things about someone made a documentary about guitars or something. I
Or
find
the
something all the
Olympic-
time, or it's a great travel
Not-
thing. We're gonna
Not the Titanic sinking.
trying to plan a trip somewhere, and here's 10 minutes of what to do in this town. Someone that has gone to this town, and
I like it
there's
because I can
so
learn how to
much
do a
stuff
shrimp
on there.
boil. You
And
know, like
I like because I can learn how to take a door off.
You can
my
take a door off your
fancy
car.
envoy.
YouTube
Yeah.
University is what.
You want to know how to change the
everything.
air filter on the
Yep.
1964 whatever? They got it on there. Okay, that's the
That's how I changed Bethany Bowman's
got her light bulb
fixed on
fixed
her
on her
headlight.
car.
YouTube University.
It's all right there. And
And
now
watch Chiefs.
They're gonna have the damn Chiefs game on. There have been baseball games on there in the
They'll
past
be on
too.
NBC local. Right.
It'll be on here. So it'll be on Channel 41 here. But if you don't live here, or if you don't live in Los Angeles, then you're going to have to watch this on YouTube. And now that is, you think, well, that's free. Sure, it's free because it's not, but it's not free. If you're someone who doesn't have a smart TV, if you just got a regular TV, you don't have a YouTube app, or you don't have a smartphone,
Cast it from your phone to your TV.
you tell my dad how to cast the phone. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so.
Just cast it to your phone, your TV, Dad. Come
Just
on.
open them, cast it. What are you talking
tell
about?
your dad just to plug in antenna.
He's just fine. He'll have Channel 41 for this game. But the other games, like the Chiefs this year, will be on YouTube, right? They'll be on
They gotta be on
NBC,
Amazon Prime.
CBS, ABC, ESPN.
Do they have a
Fox.
Netflix one this year?
No, Christmas is Amazon this year. It's on
Oh,
Prime.
okay.
So it's not on.
Nice.
Not on. Last year Christmas was Netflix. This year it's Amazon Prime. Their game is, and I think one of the Thanksgiving game is CBS, but I think it's also on Paramount Plus if you don't have CBS.
Yeah.
They're all trying because of the kids today. Maybe you don't have traditional whatever it is, DirecTV, Time Warner, Comcast, YouTube TV, whatever. So if you've given Paramount $6 a month or $8, whatever it is now, you can watch NFL games on Paramount Plus. Same thing. If you, that's how ESPN's just kicking this thing off. That's going to be $30 a month if you just want ESPN and all their stuff. And if you don't have the other, that will give you all the Monday Night Footballs and all the NBA games and all the whatevers. So they're making it much more complicated. We asked for this though because we didn't like the cable companies charging us for channels we didn't watch. So now we've asked for this, and now many people are spending X amount of dollars a month for things they don't look at.
So it's the same thing.
Yeah. Worse, probably, because it's harder to. At least you were paying one company a bunch of money.
I know we need to break. I have a question about the Chiefs, Brazil, and the international market, and whether or not you as a Kansas Cityan care.
I don't.
So
think it's
I want to
insane.
talk about that. Like I know we gotta
We'll take a break.
right?
We'll talk
Yeah.
about it when
Well,
we come
I
back.
mean, if you're American, you don't care. Why do you care?
Yeah, I don't care if I don't care if the NFL gets
The
bigger
NFL
and
cares
makes more
because they
money.
want to make more money. That's it.
Well,
Are they going to pass the savings on to me? I doubt it.
Let's
We'll
save this
save it.
debate for after the break.
It's a new day without SSJ. Todd Leabo in studio. Nate Bukaty's here. Jake's here. Deebs is here. We're going to have Pete Sweeney on to talk about the Chiefs game coming up. We have Scott Carroll in studio to break down everything happening with the Royals. We'll also catch up with Bill Moss before the show is over. Welcome back into New Day with SSJ without SSJ. Todd Leabo, Nate Bukaty, Jake Gutierrez. Deebs is here. We will talk Royals Chiefs. You did the sporting game. They lost.
I did.
That's tough.
And they lost. They're having a tough year.
Yeah.
They're in a complete state of limbo right now. They got 16 guys out of contract after this year. And a coach, they had interim coach, so it's
We'll talk about all that
hit
stuff.
the reset button,
We're
anyway.
getting closer to college football. Every day is getting closer.
I'm going up next week to take the tour of Memorial Stadium.
Bang.
The booth. I'm excited about that, man. I've been watching all the videos. I think they are doing an incredible job with that.
Coach Leipold was so excited Friday when we talked to him about not getting on that bus and going over to those games. It was great that they got to play at Sporting Park and Arrowhead, but it was not great for that football team last year. It's going to be a much different experience for them. But we were talking before the break about international, and Chiefs are going to Brazil. They've been to Germany. They've been to all those places.
So I was when I was watching the game, they had Mark Donovan on during the game, and he was talking about how the Chiefs have not just become America's team, they're in an effort to become the world's team.
Right.
And that when you look at these different markets, and he had a bunch of statistics about and I don't remember the specific numbers, but if you look in these different marketplaces.
There were 9 international markets.
And the Chiefs are like number one in all but one of them or something like that.
Yeah.
And I actually got to talk to Clark Hunt for about an hour last week on this project I'm working on about the World Cup and stuff, and it was fascinating. And he actually brought that up to me. He was excited about it. He's like, "Look, we're becoming a global brand, you know." Like and Lamar's vision for sports in Kansas City was always that sports are what put Kansas City on the map. When he sold the Wizards to Cliff Illig and Neil Patterson, that was his big sales pitch to them was, if you love your hometown and you want your hometown to be a national city and a global city, you got to have big league sports in this town. That's what makes Kansas City a big league town.
Right.
And so I was watching it, and I was thinking to myself, how many fans are watching this going, that's awesome. We are the world's team. And how many fans are watching going, I don't give a rip if anybody in Sao Paulo, Brazil cares about the Chiefs. So what do you think about that?
I mean,
when you watch that, what are your thoughts?
For me personally, I'm a selfish person. So personally, I'm like, I guess it's cool personally that, people know who the Chiefs are, and it's cool to be like that. But professionally, for me, it makes my job harder because now, they're going to go to Brazil. And then, or people are like, are we going to go over there to that? Are we going to do this? No. And it makes it harder for all the little things that happen around what I have to do to cover this team.
Like, how much harder? We don't send somebody to every single road game.
But if it was the opener and it was something, maybe we would. We've covered some road games here and there, but we're certainly not going to go spend the money to go to Germany or Brazil. So that part of it doesn't do much for me. And it kind of, honestly, listen, I don't think Coach Reed is down for all of this stuff, but he's down to do whatever is best for the organization. Like he was pretty honest last week when they were talking about this new series that's coming out on ESPN Plus. They asked him, is he had to be a part of this thing, this Kingdom series, and he kind of paused a little bit, and he's like, well, my boss asked me to do it, so I did it. Now I think he was pretty open and honest because the clips I've seen, I think we're going to probably see a side of Andy Reid that we seldom get to see. So
that'll make it worth watching.
Absolutely. Does Andy Reid want to get on a plane and go to Brazil to play a football game? No. But will he do it because it's the best for the league and all that stuff? Absolutely. Because Andy Reid's profiting from this because Andy Reid makes a lot of money because the NFL is a big deal and the Chiefs are a big deal. For me as a fan or me covering someone on the media, it doesn't do anything for me. It does things for the players. Now, the players, it's a double-edged sword as well because the players are like, well, this is great. We're making all this money and everything. But then it's like, well, there's so much. But how about you play 18 of these games? That's coming. And then they'll have a little fight about should they play 18. So it's double-edged all around. But mostly for the fans in Kansas City, I think most of them probably don't care that the Chiefs are the number one team in Germany. I don't think they care probably.
Do you care, Jake?
I don't give a rip. I could care. I could not care less if the Chiefs are the number one team in 9 other international markets. Couldn't care less.
You just want to see them win games.
Yeah. I mean, what's that do for me? Like, what's it do for me as an individual, as a fan? Like, I don't want
pride.
I don't want people who aren't from Kansas City really rooting for the team.
But don't you want
here.
that pride?
What pride?
Well, the pride. When you have a Jayhawks hat on, you go somewhere and say, oh, the Jayhawks, they're good. and you got your Chiefs hat on, you go somewhere, oh,
No,
the Chiefs.
I'd like most people to leave me the hell alone. Honestly.
Jake wants to be in a cabin in the mountains. He's not looking for national acclaim.
No, I mean,
acclaim.
I don't want fair weather fans being like, oh, let's
It's a little bandwagon-y.
yeah, I don't want bandwagon fans.
But are you still a Manchester United fan, even though they've kind of sucked the last couple years?
Yes.
So you're not a bandwagon fan, even though have you ever been to Manchester?
No, I have not.
But
You
there
were
was
bandwagon at the beginning. You were young, and
When I was 11 years old,
you were inspired by a team that was great, and now you've stuck with them
I
forever.
was inspired by a man who was
Yeah.
the best at his position.
And it was on.
And
And it was available.
It was the only team I could watch.
Which I
so
guess
my
is probably
point
what we're doing with the Chiefs.
If
They're probably on somewhere.
if you're from Berlin, and you've taken an interest in the NFL, and you see Patrick Mahomes, and you're inspired. And in 20 years from now, the Chiefs don't have Patrick Mahomes anymore.
He's your Peter Schmeichel.
There could
Do you think
very
people
well
in Manchester give a crap if I root for Manchester United?
No, they don't.
Right. No, they absolutely
They
don't.
should, because their ability to actually sign players and compete in the global marketplace.
In that game,
very much
I think it's a
depends on
bigger deal
whether or
in that
not
game
you
because they're
wanna
competing
watch
against the
them.
world to get players.
I'm just asking you if you think they do.
No,
not if
I
they
think
should.
I think a lot of people in England get pissed that so many people from other countries love their teams now because now they can't afford to go to their own games.
That could
Yeah.
be.
You
Yeah.
know,
Probably.
they call them plastic fans.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't care, just like I don't care. You know, and I don't expect them to care if I root for Manchester United or not. I don't.
You'll root and be upset and sad all on your own.
Right, but
You don't
I have
need-
some hope.
I know, like, I don't know what this says about, like, I think it's a good, interesting juxtaposition because I think it's kick-ass. I love the fact that people all over the world know where Kansas
that
City is now.
billionaires are
going to
make more millions and millions and millions
Good
more
for
dollars.
them. You know, look, I think that the Hunt families brought an incredible amount of joy to this town.
Hey, would I rather be the
You
Chiefs
know-
and the Bengals? Like, sure. Because, you know, they're winning. And if you become the global brand, it's because you've been winning. The Cowboys have been the global brand forever. They haven't won in 30 years, but they did
Yeah.
it because they won all the time.
Yeah.
And the same thing when you go to any stadium in America, even here, if the Packers come to town, there's Packers fans. And if the Steelers come to town, there's Steelers fans. They're all over the place because they won. And eventually, that's what it's going to be like. It's what it's turning into when
Look,
the Chiefs go play places.
for me,
I suppose that's good, but it doesn't do anything for me.
It's all
personally.
inspired by greed. So it's not like, oh, we really want to because we care about people. No, we want their money. It's greed inspired purely.
Well,
They're-
that's what professional sports are all. They're professional. They're trying to make money.
Well,
I
okay,
mean,
okay,
like,
right, sure. But when they're the giant, they're the king of kings. They are on top. They are making more money than anybody can spend. More money than 10 generations down the line can spend. Right?
They want more.
And they want more
because that is the no doubt. There's a constant need for growth, right? Like in every, but that's the same. That's happening in soccer, right? There's too many games in soccer now. Everybody's looking to grow. Nobody's looking to shrink, and I get that. But I'm saying, like, as a Kansas Citian, like as a person now who I do when I do travel. And I hear, like, I don't know why I care, but I do care that people respect my hometown.
I
like
get
it matters
that,
to me.
sure.
I'm proud of
I'm
my
fine with that,
hometown. I'm
yeah.
proud of Kansas City. I'm proud that people know it because of Ted Lasso. I'm proud that people know it for this or that. And
But that makes you more proud because someone in Sao Paulo roots for your football team?
I think the bigger that Chiefs Kingdom is, the better. I think welcome. You know, yes, welcome to our kick-ass town.
No.
I hope you come to Kansas City someday and see our stadium and realize and go back home and tell everybody how awesome this city is. I don't know why I care
Did
about
Clark
that, but
tell
I
you
do.
where the stadium's going to be?
He did not. I didn't ask him that. That wasn't part of. That was not part of the interview agenda. But
no, it's not bad for sure. It's not the most important thing to me. And
Yeah.
like I said, I'd rather, like, I was out there.
what I really care about
at
is that the
Royals
Chiefs
game
win. That's
There
what
you go.
I care about.
That's all I
But
care about.
Two
really.
Mondays ago, whatever it was, the Braves were in town. It was a Monday night. There were a bunch of Braves fans there because there's a bunch. The Braves have been really good for a long time.
Right.
I know they didn't all come here from Atlanta. There's some people who've just grown up liking the Braves here, and
'Cause
people
they were
are
on TBS when they were
people
growing
are
up.
growing
That
up
was-
liking the Chiefs, and that can't be a bad thing.
And I think a lot of them will continue to love the Chiefs the rest of their lives.
And probably, I mean, because there's no reason to like the Cowboys now,
Right.
and people still do.
Right.
Jake's got all the reasons to like the Steelers now. I don't know why, but they do.
Aaron Rodgers
Oh,
is
Aaron
awesome.
Rodgers is awesome.
And
The
I like
Packers fans
you
in
know
the
what,
same
honestly,
way.
because I respect the hell out of Mike Tomlin. I think he's a
I respect
respectable
the hell out of
man.
Mike Tomlin too.
There are.
I've rooted for
the
him
Chiefs
for a long
are
time.
in that handful of teams now that they have fans all over the country. They just do
world.
and that
The world
is
Todd.
because of winning. Welcome back into New Day. What's this song? I don't know this one.
Off
With
the
SSJ.
record?
Yeah. No, tell me right now on the air with everyone.
The name of this song is Off the Record by My Morning Jacket.
My Morning Jacket.
MMJ?
My Morning Jacket is interesting. I
Oh, they're great.
really like a lot of their songs.
Jim James is a phenomenal talent.
There's a newish
I like
one
this
called
song. I
Time
didn't really-
Wasted or something. Have you heard that one? It's kind of new. I love that song.
Yeah, dude. Jim James is a man.
They're an interesting band.
He's the heart.
Have you seen them?
I have not, sadly. They come to Kansas City.
I'd watch them, I think.
Alabama Shakes were coming to Kansas City in August.
Never heard of them.
Going with my cousins.
When is that? I've got a dilemma. I think like Wilco's coming to town.
Yeah, they are.
It's like Thursday night, maybe this Thursday.
I'd like to see Wilco.
Soon. I'm getting targeted on my Instagram.
So I have seen them, I don't know, 8 times, probably more than any band I've ever seen in my life. And it's the middle of the week, though, and I don't have tickets yet. I'll go buy a ticket, whatever. My kids love Wilco. We've gone as a family before and all this stuff. So, but what they're doing now, I need to go because there's no opening act. It's called An Evening with Wilco. They play, and then they take a break, and then they play. So you're getting like 35 songs. They're not, because I like them so much. I go sometimes, and then they, I don't hear like 5 songs I really want to hear because you only got so much time. But now they're just like, they're doing the whole thing.
Well, actually,
just them.
Sturgill didn't take a break.
He didn't have an opener. They're a little old. They need a break.
Right. Well,
getting older. But I mean, the set list. Well, they change their set list every time too. So it's one of those
straight hours.
And I'm like, I should go to this.
You should. What's stopping you?
I don't think there's anything stopping me. Really.
What are we talking about here?
What am I doing?
What are we talking about?
I mean, what am I even doing?
Buy tickets now.
This takes us just a little bit of effort, Todd.
I know.
Action, dude.
I got to talk to my wife.
See,
she would want to go. She loves going, but
are you afraid that Steven's
going
to make fun of your music choice?
No, I don't care about Stephen St. John making fun of my. I like my dad rock, whatever.
Is that dad rock?
Is that dad rock?
It's whatever people call it.
Wilco's dad rock.
Yeah, Wilco's hipster enough that it's not. I don't know. Hipster dad rock.
It's just like old guy stuff. I've grown old with them.
It's middle-aged guy stuff.
Well, I'm middle-aged.
Well, then that's there's
I know
middle-aged
this.
music.
You used to go watch Wilco, and there was no seats. And now you go watch Wilco, they got seats.
Yep.
That's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
There's chairs there now.
Well, there were seats to Jack White.
Yeah,
but some of the people up front, no, that was all seats there, weren't they?
No, at the Midland, it was all seats.
All seats.
And then at Uptown, there was a floor.
There was a floor. That was a long time ago, the Uptown.
I was on the floor with Swartz at that one.
Yeah.
I was taking a nap.
That's what happens. Eventually, they put the chairs in for folks.
For people like me.
And I've been to the Midland and watched Wilco with chairs and without chairs. So you get them both.
My wife's favorite.
And now it's chair time.
The artist that I've seen more live in person than any is Pat Green, because I'm a big country music fan.
What's the name of that song she loves so much? What was the big hit?
Well,
what was the medium hit that she loves?
Wave on Wave is the big hit, but I think her favorite one was Here I Go or something like that. Anyway,
White Snake cover.
But we saw him. He was back in town last year. He comes to town a lot, and he was at one of the casinos, and it was all seating, and he mentioned many times in between songs about how he takes pills for everything and he's old and everything hurts. We're like, we're at that
right
stage.
here.
We're at that stage of the concert
where that everything hurts in my body.
Yeah, everybody's sitting down. So.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know. We'll see. It's Thursday night.
This Thursday?
Yes, it's this Thursday.
Where?
Midland.
Such a good venue.
I mean, they had 34 songs the other night. And so then you get some of these. They got a newish record out, but then you get all kinds of crazy stuff. Then no one knows the name of these songs except for me and Clappy and Hole Punch.
Nick Lecky,
Bob Dusalier. How about that, Bob Dusalier? And I would always go to see these shows with all of our former interns.
Yeah.
So it was like Justin Schultz and Dan Ferguson and Bob Dusalier. We always love Wilco.
Dan was a huge Wilco fan.
Loves Wilco. I've seen Wilco with them.
Mm-hmm.
That was the Christmas Miracle show. Saw Wilco back at Grinders, where I somehow got in at the last second. I don't know how it happened. What a great show.
That was the Christmas Miracle.
It was October, but it was a Christmas Miracle that I got in. I don't know. Somehow Tedwards handed me a ticket through the gate. Said, come in.
Wow.
Remember Tedwards?
Yes. It was Steven's favorite boss, he said.
Yeah, number one.
And Drake's favorite.
Yeah.
They both just loved him so much. But somehow I got into this show. It was a great show. I don't know.
Grinders is a great venue. I saw Jurassic 5 there. Saw a Vampire Weekend there.
My wife says she'll go to Wilco. I'm going to tell her this.
You got a date. You got everything.
Buy the tickets in the break, buddy.
I'm going to tell her it's going to be a late night. She better get a nap in. 35 songs.
But their songs are like 2 minutes.
No, they're not. They may go 12 minutes on something.
Are they jammers? Are they a jam band?
They have a little jam to them. They don't do that on all of them, but they will. They will get a little jammy, like they'll do when they do Impossible Germany. That may end up going like 12 minutes, and it's supposed to be about 5 minutes, and they usually play that one. But a lot of them aren't. I'm just looking at this. I'm texting right now. It's Thursday night. You'll have to stay up late and see what she says. If she says yes, we're buying tickets in the break. I don't care about kids. They buy their own.
Right.
My son will want to go, though. You know what he's not doing right now? Listening to this. He doesn't know we're talking about it. No, he's awake. He's probably already on the way to work, but he's not listening to me talk on the radio on his way to work.
He's not interested in what you have to say.
No, he's not. In a lot of ways, probably.
We haven't even broken down the left tackle position for the Kansas City Chiefs after the preseason.
We're going to do that with Pete Sweeney in the next segment for sure. But I thought he looked fine. Now, Kingsley next to him, like the second play of the game, he got a little off balance and got thrown back into it was his second with Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
When Minshew had to just throw the ball away, woof. Linebacker pushed Kingsley right into his lap back there. Got to work on that balance. I think he survived the night, but that's a topic for sure. There's not a lot of jobs open with the Chiefs, but left guard is open, I believe.
I think there's some spots that are worth watching right now.
You feel like they're solid at quarterback?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think they're solid there. Yeah, I think they're solid at a couple spots. But there's some interesting there's some interesting performances out there.
Unfortunate injury to Deion Bush.
Yeah,
that was
tough.
brutal.
The special teams guy,
Yep.
defensive back, coming to help out a lot.
Yeah.
Achilles.
Torn Achilles.
Oof.
Yep.
The good thing is you can recover from that injury in today's world.
Yes.
There was a time when that was like a career ender. Hopefully that's not the case.
It's a season
for him.
ender.
Yeah, it's definitely a season ender.
Season
no
ender
doubt.
for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a tough one. That's special team, that's preseason though. But as we said last week, Rashawn Slater, practice, patellar out. You don't know when your time's coming on getting injured. It just kind of happens. You can't live your life in bubble wrap though. You got to go out and practice. You got to go play these games. Pete Sweeney's not in bubble wrap.
I can't believe you haven't mentioned Shedeur Sanders yet.
Oh, that's what we're going to talk about. See, you know who likes
MVP.
Shedeur Sanders? High school kids.
My
see?
son's excited about
They've
him.
got the high school kids,
My
man.
son's got-
They've got them. That's the name of the game.
I
Patrick
told you
Mahomes, old news.
we need to lead the show off with that.
My son posted, I saw something on his IG page, MVP. It's a matter of time.
Right.
Well, his numbers are retired at college, so next thing it's going to happen
My
here.
son came in and said, did you see what he did in this preseason game?
Yep. You see him hold a clipboard in week 1.
There was some pretty good
what you
stuff
got.
out there in the
Son,
preseason.
one thing you need to understand is preseason games put a lot of stock in them.
All the stock.
Buy all the stock.
We're putting our stock in Pete Sweeney coming up next on New Day.